Hello everyone and welcome back to Teacup Tarot. In today's video, we are going to be looking into the karma that you're going to be living out in this lifetime along with the lessons that come with it. Of course, I'm also involving some aspects of your past life, especially when there come to be like comparative points. So I'm going to be covering that. But of course, I'll also be doing like a complete past life reading in one of my upcoming videos. So having said that, you have 3 piles in front of you. Please pick one that really speaks to you, and of course if you're called to more than one pile, it just means that you're meant to receive more messages. I'll leave you to make your choice and then we'll start with pile 1. Hello my beautiful pile ones, and if you have selected this pile, then these are the lessons that you're meant to learn in this lifetime. Now for you pile 1, the very first lesson to be learned is to give, but to give without the expectation of getting exactly the same in return. Okay, so whenever you're giving, please give out as a blessing, give out with grace, and give with gratitude is the very first thing that you need to learn. Of course, this is definitely not an easy lesson, but give it time. I'm sure you'll be able to master it. And one thing that you have to understand is that you have lived previously multiple times on planet Earth. Okay, so there are going to be a lot of tendencies that you're carrying with you, but with practice you will be able to let go of these tendencies. But along with that, you're also carrying a lot of wisdom with you, accumulated wisdom, and one of your jobs is to analyze that wisdom and use it to your own advantage. Okay, that is what is coming forth. And one more thing that is going to be very, very important for you pile 1 is to rely on your own self for whatever it is that you need, especially when it comes to support, and especially when it comes to financial support is something that is coming through here. And one thing that is coming forth for you is this lifetime is almost like a repeated lifetime for you. So what has happened is some lessons, like especially the lesson of giving without expectation, you were meant to learn in a previous lifetime, but that lesson was not learned, and hence you are born again to sort of learn the similar lessons. Okay, in order just to perfect it is what is coming through for you as well. So please ensure these lessons you're really learning it well in this life, so you don't have to repeat it once again. And where this will come in most is when it comes to your personal relationships, relationship with your family, relationship with your friends, especially your best friends, because you may have a tendency to be a lot more giving and you may not receive the same in return. So you may feel like, I do so much, why isn't the person doing the same for me? So anytime you get that thought, you need to come back to the understanding that this is basically happening because of something that I've meant to learn, and this is not because the world is sort of cruel. So you have to understand that human life is never meant to be easy, but we can make it easy for ourselves. Yeah. And once again, one of the lessons that you're meant to learn is to be careful when it comes to things, to be able to look into minute details. Okay, so what has happened in your past lifetimes, you took things for granted and you suffered a lot as a result of this. So there have been instances in your past life where people have cheated you a lot. Okay, like you probably trusted people very easily and they like backstabbed you. So that may be a possibility. So you are meant to be a lot more careful. So don't rely on other people, especially when it comes to your financial matters. Don't rely on other people when it comes to doing background check of anything. So take responsibility in your own hand, and especially when it comes to making any decisions, make sure it is your own. If your mom is making the decision, dad is making XYZ, anybody is making it, no, check it up 100 times yourself, because that is your lesson in this lifetime. And in this lifetime, you have to understand that you will behave in a way which is slightly more independent, yeah, because that is one of your core lessons that you're meant to learn. But people may feel like you are not walking on a path which is convenient for them, which always happens, in which case you are meant to remind yourself that you are a soul on this journey. So this is not because you are somebody's daughter, somebody's wife, somebody's girlfriend that you're doing things this way. You're meant to do it because you are meant to live out your own soul's journey. Okay, so keep facing your true north and keep doing what feels is right. So if somebody says something and you ask yourself, is this the right thing? Am I doing the right thing? Stop it. You are doing what is right for you, and that is the only thing that you are meant to learn. Okay, so that is your lesson in a way. But at the same time, so when you decide to walk in a way that is just right for you, if somebody decides to do that for themselves, you should not really feel bad about it. So accept other people and also accept yourself is also one lesson that you are meant to learn. We are all like, these beautiful snowflakes. Each is different, each is unique, because each is a magnificent soul with their own karma, with their own lifetimes before them. And of course, we are going to be different. We've lived in different cultures, we've lived in different countries, we've had different kind of births. So we are not meant to be same, yeah? So we are meant to be more accepting of that in this lifetime. And one thing which is of course going to be so important for you is to learn to be happy. To learn to be happy with whatever it is that you have, because unless you learn to be happy, there's nothing else to life, is there? You have to understand that you need to learn that in this lifetime, you're not meant to climb the corporate ladder. This lifetime has not been given for you to just keep working on money. Your life is for so many other things. It's just for days where you want to take a walk. It's for days when you want to sit with a cup of tea. It's meant for days where you want to chat with a friend, because you have all this time. You have lifetimes. So just be happy, okay? And of course, please don't fall into the material trap, is something that is very, very important for you to learn in this lifetime. Reason for this is maybe because you were cheated of a lot of things in your previous life, especially because of money. So you can be slightly obsessed with material and money in this lifetime, carrying off past life tendencies, like I said before. So please be careful of not repeating that in this lifetime as well. And one more thing that is important for you is to live independently, to move in independent directions. Okay, in some cases you may also have to take like a physical journey on your own, okay, to a foreign land, to a distant land, moving from one place to another. But that is a part of your own soul's journey. Nobody else is meant to take that journey with you. So I believe for a huge part of your life, you'll probably live away from home, you live away from family, where you'll not have anybody else to dictate what you're doing. But you are meant to learn how to do that, okay? And at that point of time, you need to just rely on your own inner light and the light of spirit to guide you wherever you're meant to know. But understand, if you move away from family, if you move away from whatever is comfortable, you will grow as a person, you will grow as a soul, but you'll also have a much more enriching life than other people around you, okay? Because that is a part of your soul's journey, that is a part of your lessons that you are meant to learn to live independently. Yeah. And the most important lesson that you need to learn, especially when it comes to your relationships, is that you have to love other people, but you have to be able to let them love you in a way they know how to love you. Because you have to understand, everybody's love language is not the same, because we are different souls living in different dimensions. Yeah, so we have different experiences, so obviously people will not know how to love you the way you know how to be loved. So be accepting of that, just accept love, accept the person who is giving you that love, because that acceptance of whatever form the love is coming to you will make your life so much easier. So if you're people who are especially struggling with that, that is a lesson yet you need to learn. So the easier you learn the lesson, the earlier you learn the lesson, the easier your love life will be for you. Remember, once again, a core message for you is to give without the expectation of returning the same in return. Okay, so that really holds true for you in different dimensions of your life is what is coming through for you. But understand, you've lived this lifetime previously as well, so please, if you can, learn this lesson, give with a free heart, with a blessing every single time, even though it may be difficult. God is with you, angels are with you, your spirit guides are with you, and all of my best wishes are with you always, always, and always. My sincere wish to my guides is to help support you on this beautiful journey and to make the lessons easier for you to handle, is what is coming through from my heart for you as a prayer. I'll leave you here and I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've selected pile 2, then these are the lessons that you need to learn in this lifetime. So, now take a look at your lessons. So, in this life, you are meant to live a life of faith. Like, even if you don't see things in front of you, you need to believe a lot more. You need to believe that there is a force which is much more higher than you, much more capable than you, who is out there to provide things for you. Okay, so whenever you're starting something, you need to start it with a lot of faith, and you just need to have more trust, is what is coming forth for you. So in a way, in a very simple way, the lesson is to surrender to a higher force. Now that is one aspect that you really need to focus on. And another thing for you is to understand that you are a strong person, that you have your views, that you have your opinions, even though people may not agree with them always. Because I believe in this lifetime, the way you think, the way you believe, the way you live your life is going to be very different, and you're always going to find opposition, alright? So that is what you need to understand, that in spite of opposition, you need to stand tall, you need to respect yourself, and also if somebody is sort of pushing your boundaries, you need to be able to stand firm and say, no, this is not working for me. And especially this is when it comes to your relationships, okay? Because you have a tendency to take a lot in your relationships, especially romantic relationships, okay? So that is what is coming through. You should really put firm boundaries, like where you end and where the other person begins. That is one lesson that you really need to learn in this lifetime. Yeah. And once again, in this life, there is a possibility that you may struggle to find a home for yourself. Maybe you feel like no matter where you are, you don't feel like you're at home, whether this is your parents' house, whether this is a house of, your in-laws or whatever it is. You need to understand that the only home for you is going to be the one that you create for yourself. So in some cases, this can be having your own personal home, which you own, which nobody else has a right to, like a legal right to, and that will be a place where you can truly feel at peace, okay? Or in certain cases, this can actually be creating a space for yourself even when you are living with somebody else. So you need to have a certain area that nobody else has access to, because you need that. You need that space to feel like yourself. You need that space to breathe. So if you feel like you don't belong anywhere, that is because that is one of the challenges of this lifetime for you. So creating that space for yourself is something that is going to be very, very important for you. And in this lifetime, you are meant to be, like I said, more trusting, and you will always have things to worry about, because that is a tendency that you're born with and it comes from your past life, okay? So you need to understand that you need to let go of worry, you need to let go of anxiety, and let go of the belief that things are meant to happen along a certain clock. Like if you're this age, you need to have that. If you're that age, you need to have that, because that is not going to happen for you in this lifetime. You will have your own clock which is in tune with the divine clock, okay? So just surrender to the belief that there is a higher power in charge of you and he is taking care of you, okay? So surrendering worrisome thoughts, surrendering to a higher force is a lesson that you really have to learn for yourself. And you need to give generously, and especially this comes when it comes to money, this comes when it comes to resources. Helping people out in need is a very important aspect of your life, because what I sense is in one of your previous life you've taken more than what was due to you. Okay, in certain cases you've been slightly selfish in a previous lifetime. As a result, your job more is to give of yourself, especially donation, especially to poor people. Because I really get a sense in your previous lifetime you've taken things from people, not because you wanted to, but because you were forced to, is something that I'm getting here. So there is a possibility you may have been born maybe as a landlord, as a landlady, or you just are born in a family which is very wealthy, like who took from people who are slightly lesser from them. Okay, and because of which, one of the things that you have to learn during this lifetime is to give. Okay, so that is what is coming forth for you. And your spiritual life is meant to be very, very rich in this lifetime. Okay, so commitment to a spiritual life, commitment to a spiritual practice is going to be very important. And what I sense is, in this lifetime, to lead you, you are going to be finding a guru, you're going to be finding a teacher who is sort of a more higher soul than you, who is sort of a more ascended soul for you. And that person, that teacher, is going to help you transform your life completely. In a way, that person is almost going to be guiding your steps and doing certain things for you to help you sort of get an energetic shift, to almost get an energetic upgrade. And this person will teach you a new way to live. Okay, so you are meant to work along with a spiritual master in this lifetime to walk a more spiritual path. Okay, the path of surrender once again is very important, because what I sense is, even if you have a teacher to teach you, you may find a certain amount of resentment towards this person because you are not open to walking their own way. Okay, so you need to sort of work around that aspect as well. And somebody, if they're trying to help you, you need to be able to accept that help. Yeah, and you need to take care of yourself, and you need to understand that if you place your care on other people, if you feel like this person is supposed to take care of me, this person is responsible for me, it is not going to work out. You'll just face disappointment multiple times. So instead of that, you need to learn just at the very beginning that you have to take care of yourself, you have to take care of your own needs in connection with God. Okay, so the only person you should be relying on is a higher force. Yeah, so take care of yourself, give yourself what you need, and especially give yourself the love that you need is what is coming forth for you. So please take care of yourself is something that I'm going to tell you. And once again, you have to understand that everything that you're looking for outside of yourself actually lies within you, but you will only understand this if you spend time with yourself, if you start working on a spiritual practice, and if you can just sit down on a yoga mat, close your eyes, and just focus on your breathing. Because what you will understand is, everything that you're seeking externally actually lies inside of you, but that is a lesson that you really have to learn during this lifetime. So even if you struggle with it, please try once again, please try 10 times more, because as you sit with yourself, as you really connect with yourself on a deeper manner, those lessons will actually become much more clearer to you. And of course, I have to tell you, there is a lot of work that you have to do on yourself, because you're carrying a very strong karma from a previous lifetime. So certain habits that you're carrying, they will not really go very easily, that you'll have to work really hard at it. But if you try, if you keep trying, then it will really, really work out. Yeah, so be willing to sit with yourself and be willing to learn. Like, be teachable is something that is coming forth for you as well. And once again, you need to believe that there is magic in this lifetime. Like, you need to understand that there are forces beyond your vision, there are forces beyond your understanding who are present in your life and who are helping you. See, in every lifetime, we are given certain guides, we are given certain ascended masters to work with you. And of course, there are always teachers that are sent especially for you to guide your way. So you need to have more faith, you have to have more trust, and you have to believe that there is magic in this world, that there are multiple possibilities and there are multiple dimensions than your dimension as well. Okay, so be open to possibility is something that is coming forth for you as well. And once again, you are meant to like bloom wherever you're planted. Because what I see is, wherever you are in your life, you will always have that slight amount of struggle, like, is this the right thing for me, is this the right thing for me? Because I sense you will find circumstances to be slightly limiting for you, but the only limitation that you're facing is because you're not tuning inside, because everything that you need is already with you, inside of you. Okay, but I believe as you grow as a person, especially as you grow with age, these lessons will actually get imbibed in you. So I believe in a way you are going to learn a lot in this lifetime, especially a lot that your higher self decided with you that you are meant to learn. You will be learning it, but this will only take experience, this will only take practice, is what is coming forth. Okay, so you will eventually learn to be more comfortable with yourself, and I believe as you advance with age, you will become a far more easier person. The process of surrender for you will get easier as you move on with age. So if you are like a teenager watching me, if you're in your 20s as you watch me, yes, you will have certain times when you struggle, but if you like keep to it, like if you keep in tune with the lessons that I have shared with you here, the process will get easier. So if you are people who are receiving this video at a much younger time, like I wish somebody had told me this, and my sincere wish for you is like, you learn as early as you can, so that life becomes easier for you. But as you become older, you will become wiser, and a lot of people will actually come to you to sort of learn from you, to sort of gain deeper understanding from you, and in a way also gain clarity from you, is what is coming forth for you. So in a way, in this lifetime, you're almost meant to be like this woman, like wise, understanding, somebody who has gone through a lot of seasons in life, but somebody who's learned a lot. In a way, you are meant to be this wise person, is what I'm getting forth for you. So, just be open to change, is what I'm getting. Remain teachable, be more giving, and of course, take help when help is provided for you. Trust that everything that you need is just within you. You just have to reach in, is what the lesson is for this lifetime for you. All my best wishes are with you always, and I pray to God, I pray to my ascended masters, I pray to my spirit guides to help you in every way they can. I send my best wishes as always. I'll leave you here. I'll see you in my next one. Bye. Hello, and if you've picked pile 3, then these are the lessons that you need to learn in this lifetime. So let us look into what is it that is coming forth for you. Alright, so in this lifetime, you are meant to be open to living life to the fullest. Like you will be able to do a lot of things in this lifetime. You'll be able to travel a lot. You will be able to learn a lot, because what I sense is your previous life was sort of very limiting for you. Okay, like probably you were meant to do a lot of things, you wanted to do a lot of things, but circumstances prevented you from doing that. Okay, so maybe you chose a life that was much more strict, like probably the life of a monk, or maybe the life of somebody who had limited opportunities. But in this lifetime, you have the opportunity to live more fully. So that is what you should be doing in this lifetime. All right. And of course, in this life, you will also find the support of a lot of like-minded people. Like I believe a lot of people that you've already met in a previous lifetime will be incarnated with you in your immediate family, but also some of them will be a part of your friend circle. In fact, a couple of them you'll also be meeting online, like idea sharing. That kind of a vision is what I'm getting here. But of course, these are people who've traveled with you, and you will sort of have their support constantly, is what is coming through for you. And of course, one of the lessons that is very deeply connected with you is that of relationship. So you are carrying relationship karma. What I believe is, in one of the past lifetimes, you promised somebody something, but for some reason you were not able to deliver that promise, and in a way you are born this time to fulfill that promise. Okay, so there is a possibility that you were separated from a loved one in a previous lifetime, and in a way this is like you coming together again. So you are meant to have a very fulfilling relationship with this loved one who was also a part of your past life. Okay, so there is going to be a lot of love between you. There is almost going to be that recognition of having known this person, and you will sort of have sort of a telepathic understanding with that one person. Now understand, this doesn't always have to be a romantic connection. This can just be somebody like a family member, this can just be a friend, but that connection will almost feel like, where were you all my life? I was just searching for you. But a relationship karma is definitely there, but you will meet this person, and I do believe a lot will be resolved for you. Okay, and one lesson that you're meant to learn is to keep getting better, because you were devoid of a lot of opportunities in a previous lifetime, and you have a lot more freedom in this lifetime. So please make use of freedom. Most importantly, what I'm intuitively getting here is the freedom of voicing your opinion. Now, whether you voice this as a part of your profession, whether you do this at home with your friends, but you are meant to be a voice for the voiceless is also something that is coming forth for you. In a way, the way you live your life is going to be like a model for other people to follow. So you have a lot to teach, and you also may have a knowledge of a hidden dimension is something that is coming forward. So in this lifetime, you are meant to learn about a lot of things that other people have no knowledge of. Now this could be knowledge about occult, this could be knowledge of astrology, knowledge of numerology, hidden sciences. Okay, paranormal is again something that is coming through. All right, but you're meant to become a very wise person, lot of knowledge. You may almost become a student of life. So even if you're like 30, you're 50, whether you're 80, you will keep learning, because that is a part of the lesson that you are meant to learn in this lifetime. So what you've been given, you've been given almost an access to the Akashic library is what I see. So you're meant to learn, you're meant to grow a lot more. It's almost like you are meant to do 2-3 lifetime of learning in this lifetime. So of course you'll be having a lot of challenges along your path too, but your soul is that level soul, so that is very, very interesting. So pile 3, no wonder. And again, once again, when it comes to your spiritual practice, you will almost have that compulsive need of having a practice, like almost like talking to God, talking to angels, talking to spiritual beings is going to come very naturally to you. Okay, and that is a part of what you are meant to learn. In a way, what I see is as this lifetime is almost meant to be like your last lifetime on planet Earth, like as a soul which is being born, or you have at least 1 or 2 lifetimes to go. Okay, not more than that for sure, because you guys are very, very learned souls in yourself, and your connection is already very strong. So it is only a matter of time that in this lifetime, learn as much as you can, deepen your spiritual practice as much as you can, so that you will yourself become an ascended master after you finish like this birth, or maximum 1 or 2 births after that. Okay, so learn as much as you can, keep connecting with God, with the divine, is what I'm again getting here for you. And once again, I believe you people, you are going to be in touch with like a teacher, or this could be an ascended master. Okay, now by ascended master I mean somebody who is not living at this point. Okay, so this person's wisdom is available to you in the form of books is what I see here, but sometimes even you'll be able to channel these messages from this person is what I'm getting here, but you will always have this guide to help you. So your job in this lifetime is just to be open to receiving this information, and please, if you can, please learn more about astrology, because that is a huge part of what you're meant to learn in this lifetime. All right, and sometimes in your life your karma is to be a part of unknown territories. Like you will almost feel like, why am I put into this situation? Could this situation not have been avoided? But that situation could have been avoided, but your higher self has decided that no, you are meant to live in these times like struggle slightly, because your struggles will actually teach you a lot. Okay, so your life can sometimes seem really hard, unnecessarily hard, but understand those are the times that you have to remind yourself that you are exactly where you need to be, and you have the guidance of that ascended master available to you all the time to help you navigate that territory in a much more efficient manner, is what I'm getting here. Again, like I said, I was getting a very strong voice energy, because again you have the vishuddha, which is like the throat chakra showing here. So definitely your voice was oppressed, like you probably had a lot of hidden information in your previous lifetime, and you were of the opinion that you wanted to share it, so you were not allowed to share it, maybe because it was like too advanced for people to have the access to that kind of knowledge, and because of which your voice was silenced, is what I'm getting here. Okay, and because of which when you're born in this lifetime, you'll probably become an orator, you'll teach a lot, you have a lot to share with the world. Okay, in some cases this can actually be through written word is also coming here, so maybe you will be called to writing a book, or maybe you'll just speak things out by lectures. That is also very much possible in this lifetime for you. And for you, I believe in this lifetime you are going to be having a lot of support. Okay, but just be a little bit careful about how you say things, because that is again coming out for you very strongly, because in certain cases the way you speak, because your voice was oppressed in your previous birth, you may say things in a way which can offend a lot of people, and then you may actually lose that support. Okay, so be very careful of that, but you will have people who will show up in your life to support you. So you just need to learn in this lifetime to be more accommodating of people, is also something that is coming through for you. All right, so that is one lesson you need to learn, not to alienate people because of your voice being silenced in a previous lifetime. Yeah, because you may slightly take up the role of like a warrior, like no, this is this, and people will be like, okay, maybe I'll just stay away, that way. So just be a little bit careful of that. And one of the most important aspect for you in this lifetime is to release some patterns that you've been holding. Now, like I said, just what I was hinting in one of the previous ones, because what the message here basically says is releasing soul patterns, contracts, and past lives. So you need to learn to disassociate with certain tendencies from your last lifetime. Okay, so one will be like being a little bit harsh when it comes to the way you communicate, or in certain cases there'll be some people around you who will sort of cling to you even when you don't want them to be around, because they sort of have that contract with you, but you need to be firm, you need to be aware of your own boundaries and let these people out of your life. I believe the people who oppressed you in your previous life also are a part of your life this time. Yeah, so be careful about who these people are, because they may want to silence your voice, is also what I'm getting here, but just be aware of those patterns. Okay, and in a way you're also meant to sort of cut cords with the past you, from the past karma that you've been carrying, so please make sure you do that. Okay, so release people who do not belong in your life. Don't just take them around because you don't know how to let them go, is again something that is coming forth. But because you've lived a long time, like you've had lot of lifetimes before this, the attachments are much more stronger. Okay, it just happens that way, and your job, if you are able to let go of these patterns, this contract, and certain memories from the past life, the oppressive memories of a lifetime, you then will be able to free yourself completely, is what I'm getting here. All right, so hard lessons for you, definitely pile 3, but if you are able to master these lessons, then you are good to go, is what I'm going to be telling you, because I believe once you are done with this, you will be very much in the stage of becoming like an ascended master yourself later, once you are done with the reincarnations on planet Earth, is what I'm getting here. Overall, those are the lessons that you are meant to learn, and I wish you very, very well. And especially I pray to my angels, to God, and to spirit guides that they help you release any patterns that do not hold its purpose in this life and for your future as well. Alright, my many, many best wishes are with you as always, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.